Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Hunt Lift Eat podcast brought to you by Hunt Lift Eat Official on the Instagram. The boys are all here. The boys are kind of back. Back in action. Who do we got here? Cole Reed, podcast manager. What's up, dude?
Always here, just in the background, creeping. You don't know I'm here, but I'm here.
Well, we know you're there.
I'm just
hear that breathing.
Oh, is it that bad? I feel like I just worked out. Although all I did was get up and get some beers and come back. Man, Stairmaster 9000. Things are good.
Good.
Stoked to see Bobby again.
Yeah, longtime listeners will recognize the one and only Bobby McCready.
Yeah, the real OGs.
That's right.
It's been some time, but excited to be back here. You know, we were just talking about how I got rid of my podcast table where I spent so many podcasts on, and I'm sitting on my floor currently.
And we're also joined by John Wyatt. He's been on this podcast a couple times. We work together, hunt together a lot in Georgia.
Yeah, and Carter's wife won't give us professional development hours for it, which I think is kind of horseshit personally, but we'll keep working on that. But yeah, this is going to be cool because this will be my first time going out west. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. So for this episode, we decided we're kind of going to kill two birds with one stone here. All four of us put in as a party in the great state of Wyoming for a mule deer tag, and we drew this June, which was awesome. And so we're going to be heading out to hunt mule deer in an undisclosed location in the state of Washington.
Yeah. Montreal,
Newark, New Jersey.
Right. Which is sweet that we all drew. And this is cool for a couple different reasons. Cole and I have a couple muley hunts under our belts. And this is Bobby's first mule deer hunt.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. First muley.
Yeah. And John's first Western hunt.
Mm-hmm. And first mule deer hunt.
And first at the same damn time.
Crushing it.
I know.
Yeah. It's sweet. Yeah. Like I mentioned, longtime listeners will know Bobby and I have been doing this for a while, the HLE thing for a while. And that's how we actually met and became very good friends. And then he went out with us on his first Western hunt 2 years ago. Was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years ago now.
Dang, man, that goes quick, doesn't it?
It sure does. I'm actually sitting next to my antelope right now, which is
Can we see him?
He's up there.
Yeah. What a stud. Stud.
And my dog
so
is asleep in my laptop.
This is as close as we can get to hunting season, so we're just going to tantalizingly discuss our plans for the actual hunt itself. So we're going to run through a live kind of packing list of what the heck we're going to bring. Thought this might be helpful for anybody planning their first Western hunt or need to do an extra gear check or tell us what we're dummies about and are not bringing. Right, Cole?
I'm always prepared. Boy Scouts. Scouts honor. Prepared. I never misplace or forget anything.
All right. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's jump right into it. I think we should start with clothing systems. I want to hear what everybody's kind of thinking. And we don't have to beat a dead horse here, but Wyoming can be a tough state to pack for because it can be 65 degrees in October or it can be blizzarding every single day. And Cole, shout out to you, dude, because you have to buy a whole new wardrobe because you've been crushing it and you've lost like 50 pounds over the last year. So,
Yeah.
One, I love you and I'm proud of you, which is awesome. Two, that sucks because that's expensive, but what a great spend money.
Like the hot yoga, it's great. Shout out hot yoga. You'll lose 50 pounds in a year. But yeah, this conversation could not come at a better time for me because my cart is like my shopping cart for all my clothes is currently at like $4,000.
Oh,
And it's like, because I'm a little uncertain on a couple things, and I may have to text you guys, be like, am I overthinking this or not?
Yeah.
As far as
don't text me. I'll just say fuck it, send it, hit
no,
buy.
see, and that's what John and Carter also say. They're like, you
Full
only
send,
live once,
baby.
money isn't real, gold standard, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And
I don't
then
even
I
have
ordered
any
it,
money,
and
so that's how you know you should do it. Let it
Aaron's
rip.
like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I got 6 pairs of the same thing because you never know. But yeah, I'm a little stuck in my systems right now. Like one thing I for sure know I'm going to be running is what is it? The King's Camo Preacher Pant, which Carter, you've got the same ones. They're just like a good, like not lightweight, not heavy. They're a good midweight. And one thing I really appreciate about them, King's Camo, especially these pants, is the side ventilation. Because you and I, and John, I don't know how you are, Bobby. I can't remember if you sweat the minute you wake up and start moving or not. But Carter and I run hot. And the minute we step off, we've got to turn on the AC, as we like to say, and start dumping that heat. So, like, that's one thing for sure I know I'm going to buy again. Outside of that, I have no clue. I'm like, oh, I'm in the market.
I'm in the market.
I can buy whatever I want now. Like I've learned enough to know what I like and what I don't like. But again, this is Wyoming. It could be hot, could be blizzarding, and everything in between.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Bobby? Now that you have your first hunt kind of under your belt?
If there was one thing that I feel like I overpacked for, it was actually my clothes. Like I brought, because I was so confused of what I was going to bring, and I ended up bringing like 3 or 4 of everything. Like I just looked back at the last time's list, and I'm like, holy shit, I really brought all that fucking clothes with me. It was a pretty long list, and and then once I got there, I think I ended up only using 2 out of my outfits, and that was it, and everything else just kind of just stayed put. But
we got lucky. We had good.
Yeah, we had weird weather. I smoked my antelope in a t-shirt.
Right.
It was wild to me. I'm like, what camo am I bringing? I'm like, it's too fucking hot. I'm like, I'm bringing a t-shirt.
One thing I liked about what you said, Bobby, is that you looked back and you were just like, I only wore like 2 things or 2 sets of things. And one thing Carter has really harped on, especially to me, because I overthink, I overpack, and we'll always sit down after a hunt and be like, what did we wear? What did we not wear? If you didn't wear it, don't bring it next time. Like you're most likely not going to need it. So looking through the old list of like what we brought, what we used, what we didn't use, just like immediately take some of that stuff you didn't use and just chuck it. Like you're going to sit there, second guess yourself. You're going to be like, what if this happens? What if that happens? You know what? Can't predict it. Just go with what you're going to use.
I'm for sure a chronic overpacker. My wife and I both are. We just did a bunch of trips over the summer. And so like one thing that I do to help me combat that, because I know that about myself, is I'll think about like, okay, what do I need on the trip? And then I'll lay it all out on a bed. And then I physically see how much bullshit I'm about to try and put into a suitcase. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to need 15 t-shirts for a 2-week trip, right? Like, let's knock that down to 7, or like, oh, we have a laundry machine. Let's knock that down to 4. So, and I like to do that even with hunting. Like, even if it's just going out for a day, like the night before, I'll lay everything out and I'll still be like, hey, you know what? I'm probably not going to need like that extra jacket, like even just for sitting in a tree stand in Georgia or something like that. So that's an approach that I like to take to help me with my personal overpacking. I don't know if any of you guys do that as well.
Yeah, the visualization is always good. And my goal every year is to go as light as possible. I don't know if I ever actually achieved that or not, but like I'm thinking like base layers, right? Luke has always harped on me every Western trip, like start your day cold. Start your day as cold as possible. Then you can always add layers. And so I always start in my pants and then my thinnest base layer possible. So I'm gonna have 2 base layer shirts, a long sleeve merino and a long sleeve synthetic. Just because you never know what you're feeling, right? So I'll have 2 base layer shirts, and then I know I'm gonna have an insulation layer, because for this particular hunt, I think it's going to be a patience game, and we're going to be sitting and glassing a lot, which is not my favorite way of hunting because I get impatient and I like to shoot the first 4K I see and then pressure's off. But so I'm going to bring a puffy jacket, and then I have some puffy pants from First Light, and those pack down into nothing in case we get on a pretty exposed glassing knob and are stuck there for half a day or a whole day. And then outerwear, always rain jacket, rain pants, and that'll be my outer shell, which also can pack down to nothing. Socks, underwear. I always pack too many socks. I always do, but I feel like it's not. If you're going to overpack something,
Yeah,
like socks,
but do you, like
right.
if your feet get wet or something, like that's bad news for the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
Socks are the one thing I'm willing to pack one for every day. So like if we're out there 6 days, I'm bringing 6 pairs of socks. It's the one thing I don't like to mess around with.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember last time the mud was so bad because of the rain, and
So
we ended up going, like our boots were covered, so I started getting through to it and getting on my socks.
Dude, I came across the video. I was going back through that shared album, the video of us when we went to that bar in town to get a burger.
Yeah, we're all just walking around.
We're in the gumbo, and we're stomping in puddles in the parking lot for like 10 minutes before we
Yeah.
They loved us.
Yeah, and then a dude blew up the bathroom. It turned out to be the cook.
Shout out to Newcastle, Wyoming. Yeah.
Shout out to our boy.
We're all eating medium rare burgers, and we're like, this is risky.
Yeah. All right, gloves, beanies, gaiters. I'm for sure bringing gaiters. I love a pair of gaiters. I will bring a beanie. Gloves. I kind of sometimes bring 3 pairs of gloves. Sometimes I bring the super thin First Light fingerless gloves, which I love for whitetail hunting here. A thinner, like full hand glove, and then a waterproof, like kind of super, if things are very cold, waterproof glove. I have some deer hide. They're mittens actually that can go over an insulating pair of gloves, which take up a little room, but I don't like having cold hands and cold feet.
I'm doing the same thing. I've got a pair of fingerless. I've got a pair of medium weight. It's the King's Camo medium weight. And then I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I finally bought those Kuiu Glommets. Is that what they're called? The Glommets?
Yeah. Thick.
Life-changing.
They really are.
When we were in Colorado and freezing our tails off, I threw those little suckers on. I was like, this was worth every penny, worth just a little bit of extra room. So I'm running 3 pairs of gloves as well.
I've always loved those fingerless gloves for our whitetail hunting, and it's kind of funny. Like my clothing system is a pretty interesting mix of like I have hunting stuff, but most of it's pretty tailored towards southeast tree stand hunting. But then I've also got like a lot of great hiking things that are in neutral tones, which is that'll be what my pants. I'll wear cool pants, KUHLHUL. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I love those things. I actually wear them down for hunting over here a lot too. And then I started out like as a First Light whore before Steve Ranella got his mitts on him, because when I was coaching soccer, it's the coldest a human being can possibly be is standing on the soccer sidelines in February when it's 33 degrees and like sideways rain. And so like I've got all sorts of base layers from them that are in nice neutral tones. I've got beanies, gloves, gaiters, like that stuff's awesome. And it's merino too. So it'll still keep you warm when it's wet, and it doesn't smell bad after a couple of days of not washing it. So that's kind of what my system's looking like right now. And I've just been writing down kind of that bullet point list that seems like Carter was running through. I've pretty much got all that stuff. Aside from no, you know what? I do have a pair of puffy pants.
Nice.
So we're good. Yeah.
They're cool when you need them. They're not always necessary, but man, they add an extra level of comfort.
I bought them this year for that reason.
The one time you do need them, you're just like, fuck, I really wish I had them. And if you do have them, like just throwing them on, like I'm thinking about Carter, you and I sitting in Colorado waiting for the elk that never showed up.
So dumb.
The sun started to go down and it got a little chilly. So throwing on those puffies, best thing ever. That was my first time wearing puffies out on a hunt, and I'm never going back. I'm in it.
And feel free to disagree with my viewpoint here. As somebody who is going out for their first time, probably realistically won't be able to do this every year, every other year kind of a thing. Like something that I'm not going to wear all the time where I locally hunt, like my puffy pants, I throw on once a year here. I bought those things at Academy over the summer on a crazy sale, and they work great the one time I need them. You know, I'm not putting them through the ringer every single day. So I think like for somebody that's maybe in a similar situation, you don't need to go and break the bank to do this if you're going to not be doing it every day. Now, if you live out in Wyoming, dude, go ball out on some puffy pants. What are you doing? But that's my philosophy here. And like a lot of this other stuff I already have because it's something I use every single time I go out in the field.
Yeah, I mean, I got my puffy pants because Perry got sent the wrong size from First Light. So I got them for free because I'm a little fatter than Perry. And he was like, hey, you can have these. And I was like, hell yeah. And I looked at what they cost online and I was like, no way. But yeah, they're sick. They're sick. But you can survive without them, right? I did 3 or 4 Western hunts without them.
Yeah.
And we as cold as you can be out there in some of those hunts.
Montana mule deer, we didn't have puffies.
We didn't have nothing.
It was
summer.
negative degrees.
Yeah, that was ass. That was so dumb.
That was stupid. I don't want to go back. All right, I'll go back.
All right, I'm in. All right,
Yeah,
boots and camp shoes. I'm just bringing 2 pairs. I'm bringing my Merrells for camp and then my hunting boots, which I will wear on the airplane because they take up a ton of room in the bag.
I thought about this.
I do love a pair of Crocs in camp, though.
Dude, but the Danners you're running are 400 gram insulated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just hot. Sitting on a plane with those boots on you.
True.
You can take them off on the plane.
You take them off on the plane.
Oh, let those dogs bark
all the time.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I don't want people looking at me be like, look at this fucking hippie taking their shoes off on the plane.
I'd never wear shoes if it wasn't
not the shoes, Cole.
Unacceptable.
It's okay, I'll wear a shirt this time, but listen, that's not the point. I don't know. Like I thought about wearing my Danners on the plane just because they do take up so much room, but it's also a comfort thing. Like 3.5 hours on a plane, I'll complain.
But it's super comfortable to be in your socks on the plane.
I'm not entertaining this conversation.
I hope we sit right next to each other. When I take my boots off, I hope it offends you for 3 hours.
I'm sitting in first class. You peasants go to the back.
I'm sneaking up.
They give you boots in first class. You're fine. You know?
Yeah. I want one of those lay down beds for my flight to Montreal.
Oh, getting fancy.
I'm going to put my socks in your lap while you're sleeping.
God. All right. We're done.
Speaking of sleeping, what about sleep systems? Bobby, what are you adding this year for your sleep system?
My sleep system got such an upgrade because I froze my ass off when we were there, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't the fact that like at night it got so cold. It was the fact that like we rented those U-Hauls and the floor was metal. And that shit got so cold, that metal floor in ours. I couldn't take it. Yeah. And I thought I was smart by going to Walmart and getting one of those the most basic friggin' things before we got over there for a mat. And it just did not cut it at all.
Yep. So you got a good sleeping pad.
I got a great sleeping pad, and I upgraded my sleeping bag as well.
Nice.
What'd you get?
Yeah, and then I think
sleeping pad.
I got the Nemo Tisner or Tilsner. Yeah, I forgot which one it is. It's sitting right next to me. I can grab it.
Nemo's great.
Is it Nemo's pretty primo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nemo hooked me up with some good stuff. I got a nice sleeping bag from them. I actually got a tent this time just in case.
Nice.
Because it packs up really nice, the First Light one. And a pillow, because that was another thing that I lacked on that was All my extra layers became my pillow.
Yeah. That's classic. Stuff all your layers in a dry bag, and that's your pillow, and it sucks ass, and you never sleep. Yeah. That's a standard me move. My sleeping pad, this is the most ghetto thing we're going to say all day. My sleeping pad is from Aldi.
Nice.
It's a self-inflating sleeping pad, and it kind of rules. I'm not going to lie.
Does it have a good enough like R value for cold weather?
Probably not.
It's an egg carton, isn't it? You're fooling all of us.
It's newspapers and cardboard.
Bunch of egg cartons stapled together.
At our school that John and I work at, we collect like grocery bags to give to some local charity that they stuff for mattresses for homeless people or whatever, which is great. Like whatever, good for them. But that's what John's bringing.
That's actually what it is.
John is the charity. We just don't want to say it.
All right, man. I'll take what I can get. No, So I have my Aldi sleep. I have like a climate sleeping pad, but that's more for backpacking. And if we're not backpacking, I'd rather have something with a little bit more cushion to it. So I probably will be bringing my Aldi one, and then I have a negative 15-degree Mountain Hardwear bag.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah,
you're gonna be so toasty.
So yeah, you guys are gonna be fighting over my sleeping pad too.
I just sleep next to Carter. He keeps me warm.
You guys had your Mr. Buddy heaters or whatever going in your trailers. It was like walking into a Hilton Holiday Inn or something. Where I went to your
we've done this a time or two to know that a little Mr. Buddy heater and just cranking it right before you go to bed. I'm not saying we sleep with it on, but we sometimes fall asleep and forget to turn it off. It feels great.
Well, and you wake up and you're a little bit purple looking.
No, it's cool. Well, because the U-Haul trailers, the door didn't shut all the way, so there was always a little crack in there, a little air ventilation.
We knew we weren't going to die.
Yeah.
Which is a fair point when we're talking about sleep systems, right? Like luxury items that you want to bring, like a pillow. Pillow takes up space for sure, right?
Yep.
Some of these more robust sleeping pads, like I have a pretty robust climate that has a super high R value or low, whichever one's more insulating. I don't remember how R values work. It takes up some room. Mr. Buddy heaters, we're not flying with those, but we have flown to Denver and bought them in the Walmart, like on the way up, right? Because we knew it was going to be below freezing every night, which was a great move. But on this last time that we're talking about, we did rent U-Hauls, which is a great pro move that we've talked about a number of times. Super cheap, gets you out of the wind of Wyoming, and gets you up off the ground, and you don't have to worry about fooling with the tent. You can stand up and get changed and pack a bunch of dudes in these U-Haul trailers. So I don't know what we're gonna do this trip, right? Speaking of tents, right? Like I have which is kind of why I wanted to do this episode, just hash out what we're gonna do. I have a 4-season 2-man tent, which is really like a 1-man tent with his gear. Yeah. Bobby, your Nemo tent.
Yeah, it's a 2-person tent as well. It's
right.
I have the same deal. I have a nice little 2-person tent.
I have a tarp.
Yeah.
I'll fly
You're
with
snuggling with me, baby.
16 tarps.
So that's something we'll want to look at, right? Because like for Montana, we bought that 6-person tent, which was awesome because all 4 of us could be in there with our gear, which I like, right? It's like the camaraderie when you're in camp. Everybody can be together and you're not in these isolated tents or whatever, especially if the weather's like terrible. It was so cold in Montana. There was no we weren't hanging out outside of the tent because it was dumb. So that's something to consider.
So dumb.
Right. That's something to consider. And also, like, the bigger the tent, the more space it's going to take up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against getting another U-Haul, depending where because we haven't even talked about where we're setting up camp. Like, are we going to go find a piece of public and just pop on there? Or are we going to go in Luke's backyard? Like,
Luke's backyard.
Are we going to go to the warehouse? Like, we don't know. And I think depending on where we're going to stay depends on or it dictates what we're going to use for shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a nice piece of BLM right outside where we're hunting that we could camp on and then be up and ready to go right away.
Yeah. And depending on what the ground looks like, and it, God forbid, doesn't rain, we could sneak a U-Haul or two in there. And that was the most comfortable thing ever. I mean,
And
compared to
affordable too.
and affordable. It was, I can't even remember the guy's name, just some old timer up in, what was it?
Man, it was U-Haul Steve. How do you
U-Haul
remember? I
Steve.
remember.
Dude, up in Newcastle, just picked it up.
He was wicked Amish.
Yeah.
What did we end up paying? Like less than $200 for the whole week, right? For 2 U-Hauls.
Yeah.
It super affordable, and just go pick up a tow hitch from Walmart and then return it because fuck them.
What? We didn't do that.
We didn't use it. And then it's just, it makes life so much better because you get a good night's sleep. Like getting shitty sleep and then having to wake up early and push through the day, that sucks. Like just getting those few good hours of sleep is a game changer. And I feel like we all did a lot better in Wyoming for our antelope hunt, just because we were up off the ground, we were out of the element, we were protected from that wicked wind that was blowing the whole damn time.
I saw that was some serious.
Dude.
Damn, John.
Nice.
See ya if you lose power.
It's like a gothic horror novel outside my window right now. It's crazy.
Tell Sarah to quit reading those books.
I thought that was my headset or my dogs.
The other thing to consider, Cole, is like Luke made camp comfortable for us last time in in Wyoming. That was the most comfortable hunting camp I've ever been in because he could drive, right? He brought the truck completely loaded down with the trailer, and we had a tent and 2 canopies, and we had a Traeger, we had lights and a generator,
a coffee maker, everything.
And we had a freaking percolator. John, you'll love the percolator.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm going to live at the percolator.
No, it takes like 4 hours to brew. So if you're not waking up, you have to start it before you go to bed.
John gets up early.
I get up early, and I'll just bring an IV hookup and just inject that straight into me. Carter, are we getting good night's sleep this trip, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you bringing it?
You're bringing it?
I don't know. I failed my sleep test, which is great. And so I go Tuesday to get fitted for a CPAP. And
nice.
You better believe your boy's buying the travel one for sure.
How much room is that going to take up?
I think the travel.
I'll bring it.
Talk about luxury items. This might be one. Is the CPAP a luxury item?
No.
It's medical. I'm tired of not being able to remember things. I need
What's
oxygen.
next? Bring an oxygen tank with you too, and just walk in there with pumping some fresh oxygen in.
I'll bring the wheelchair for you, you old man. I'll push you across that public land.
Somebody needs to. It'll be good for everybody. It's for the colony because I won't support it. All right, so we have a decision to make about what we want to do there. We can look into that, whether we want to go tents or we can look at U-Hauls in that one city. Food and cooking, because we're going to fly in and then drive up. We can stop at Walmart on the way up and I like having some hot meals in camp. I think for dinner is a big morale boost. It's easy to do on the cheap as long as you don't let Tim do it. And shout out Tim.
$6,000 steaks.
I do like, but like, don't get me wrong. I like a steak in camp. Like, it's kind of worth it. But as far as like freeze dried meals, I'm going to be bringing a bunch of trail goods meals for us this year. After doing the podcast with them and Luke Parasol over there, who's the one-man show for trail goods. I'm completely sold on his freeze-dried meals. He sent me all of his meals that he makes ahead of time to test out and they do not jack my guts up like a lot of other freeze-dried meals do. And like I said, I think for like these long glassing periods that we're going to be doing, playing the waiting game, having that lunchtime meal up there, super loaded with protein and carbs and sodium. I was stoked to see high sodium in his food because I sweat like crazy. And even out there when it's so windy, you don't even tell that you're sweating sometimes and you're just losing electrolytes. So we'll be bringing those, but what else are we thinking for food?
Uncrustables.
I was just going to say Uncrustables and gummy bears. I was listening to the podcast today with Weston Home.
Yeah.
And Carter, you brought up the gummy bears again. And
shout out to camp. Yeah.
That triggered all of our old conversations about just like, I used to have this old crusty E7 when I was in high school, and he would always call them lickies and chewies. And I never understood why he always gave us like gummy bears and just like stuff that's just like really sugary and high in carbs. And now I'm starting to understand and looking back on those teaching moments, because now I'm going to go out and buy, what did we buy last time? Like the small individual packs. Like it comes in a big bag, small individual packs. It has like 7 to 10 gummy bears, and it's just easy to carry with you. It's easy to eat as a snack and just keep a little bit of fuel in your body.
Yeah. And I always bring I'll have a Ziploc bag in my day pack of maybe some gummy bears, maybe I like the powdered Gatorade packets, the individual. Just give you a little pick me up if your blood sugar is getting low or whatever. A bar of some kind, and then I have so much beef jerky, it's ridiculous. So I'll be bringing a lot of beef jerky for all of us.
Nice.
So it sounds like Carter's got snacks for all of us down pat. We're ready.
Like a team on, man. He's got orange slices, and it's gonna be
for teacher appreciation. For teacher appreciation, Bobby, if we fill out this like spreadsheet or whatever that gets sent to all of our students, and it's like, what's your favorite candy? What's your favorite place to shop? What's your blah, blah, blah. And all I put is like Bass Pro Shop gift card, and I put beef jerky for every answer. So I just clean up with only giving 2 options.
We were heading to Bass Pro last summer, and Carter was just like, hold on, I have gift cards. And we laid them all out on his like breakfast island, like a little island in the kitchen. And I swear to you, there's probably at least like 50 Bass Pro cards. And
this is after Carter and I went not a month ago and spent 20 more Bass Pro cards on some freestand stuff.
Out of control, but I love
He's probably got some kind of scheme going that we don't know about. He just says, "Oh yeah, the students gave them to me." Yeah, sure.
You get those emails where it's like, "Bobby, meet me in my office," and then like it just keeps going and going until they want iTunes gift cards. That's what Carter's been running with Bass Pro gift cards.
Yeah,
all part of the game. All part of the game.
I like if I'm doing long hikes or things like that. Same deal, actually. I asked for these on my teacher appreciation, but I love like dried dates, dried mangoes. Mangoes. Same deal as gummy bears, right? Like just super high in sugar and carbs, and they've got some flavor to them. You can chew on them for a while. Yeah. I just like them. And it's the same idea, right? Like you're just trying to put energy in your body as you're expending more than you can ever really possibly put back in on these kinds of trips. Yeah. Which is why those, like, I'm excited to try those Trail Goods ones, because those Mountain House meals, they taste great, but then you're right. Like it kind of tears you up after you eat 1 or 2 of them. I'm cool with that. What's our plan for cooking them? I'm assuming it's not like, I think I was reading a John Krakauer essay, and he went on an ultralight backpacking trip with somebody who would take the freeze-dried meal and duct tape it to his groin. And as he was hiking, it would heat up enough to where at the end of the day, he could then just drink it because it was body temp. So that's not the play.
We ain't doing that.
That's not our cooking plan.
Wrap them to coal every morning, and then that's it.
I sweat like a pig. It's disgusting.
Great.
No, it's tough, and it's a good thing to consider for your meal plan, because I don't think we can have fires on BLM. So you can't like plan on cooking over a fire, right? As romantic and awesome as that would sound, which would be sweet. But fortunately, with Luke and Dan coming to camp, there will be a Traeger or a grill there. So super easy for us to do some brats and onions, burgers or like whatever. They'll bring wild game for us to eat. So we'll be having a easy, hearty meal for dinner.
Oh yeah.
You have a jet boil and you have a butane stove. If you didn't live the good life and have Luke driving up with a Traeger, what would you say the pros and cons of those are?
If he wasn't coming with that food, we would make it on. I'd bring the freeze dried meals, and then we can mix it up with like some ramen, and you can dress that up a little bit. Especially if you buy a cooler, it's cool enough out there. You can even bring like eggs and end up like cooking eggs like that, and add a little bit of variety to it. Enough like real food where just relying on freeze dried meals isn't gonna shut you down.
Yeah, I've made some crazy things in a jet boil before too. Like you can get creative.
Yeah.
Didn't when we last time we were there that everyone was responsible for one dinner?
Yeah, which I think would be fun to do this time, just to like add a little variety to what we're doing.
I thought it was pretty awesome. Shout out Roger for his hot dog. That was 5-star cuisine, man, over here with the wasn't even the good hot dogs. It was like the ballpark ones. Damn, man.
Dude, Hebrew National or get out of here.
Dude, the best hot dogs are Hebrew National.
The only acceptable answer is Hebrew National.
Yep.
How many hot dogs with a bun could you eat in 10 minutes, Bobby?
Who's bun? Sorry. I'll Joey Chestnut it up for sure.
For sure. What was the record recently, John? Or what did your buddy do?
So this is a super long story. I won't tell the full version of, but basically my college buddies and I were hanging out and the topic came up and we all said our number. Mine was low. I think I said 3. And he came back from the bathroom and said, 8 easily. And then we're like, no, fuck that. That's impossible. So he trained for a year, and just the other week, I'm telling you, he's like a high level endurance athlete. So he had like a training plan. He was keeping splits. Like he would do sprint workouts for eating hot dogs, be like, I'm going to eat one hot dog as fast as I can. Or he would do like his long run where he would take 3 hours and just eat like 20 hot dogs. So he did 8 in 7 minutes. And we were all, I don't know if proud's the right word, but we were proud of him. But it did take a year of training. So now I'm just curious for everybody. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Dude, I can do 8 hot dogs in 10 minutes right now.
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I will stick in this call to what?
Let's do it right here. Let's do a live stream.
We'll do it in camp.
Do the 9 for 9.
9 for 9 in camp.
Yeah.
God. All right, weapons and ammo.
Oh yeah, we need those.
Bobby, what are you bringing?
I'm bringing Old Faithful again that I brought last time. I'm gonna bring my 6.5 Creedmoor. She did good for me. I think it was some ridiculous shot that I ended up taking at like a Hail Mary. It was like almost 400 yards or 300 yards or something like that. It was something wild and popped the fucker in the eye. But all right. Couldn't do a Euro mount like everybody else, so we had to there. Yeah. Gabe put it in the boil, and he's just like, "Is this yours?" And it came out with nothing.
We weren't getting that one confused with anybody else.
Yeah, we knew that one. But it's one of the Ruger. I think it's a Ruger Hawkeye 6.5. It's a really nice gun. Love it.
Good.
I'm also taking my old faithful. I've got a Ruger as well, a Ruger American 308. Just got a new scope on it, which I'm pretty pumped about. Carter Cole and I went out shooting with Kenton Industries the other day, and that was a ton of fun, and I learned a lot. And I also learned that my Vortex scope it's killed a number of animals. It's been awesome. We're trying to re-zero it for the new ammo I'm using. I'm taking the Hornady Precision Hunter. and we couldn't get it to track right. Couldn't get the scope to adjust to it. And so like at first I was like, well, I'm shooting bad. And then I was shooting awesome actually at the end of the day. And then we had some of the other Kenton guys look at it, and every time we adjusted it, it went a different direction than we tried, or it went 6 times as much as we adjusted it for. So ordered a new scope with them and put their turret on it. So I'm really excited about it. Took it to the range for the first time the other day, and it was great. So I'm bringing that, and yeah, it should work.
Heck yeah.
Do you order your custom turret from Luke Kenton yet?
He sent me one with the scope.
What a guy.
I don't have it on because I don't have it 100% zeroed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty close, but the range that Carter and I go to, which is a great public range, the bags suck. So your gun's always a little wobbly. So in exchange for organizing Carter's hunting room, he gave me his old bipod. So I'm going to go and zero that in and then stick the turret on it, and then we should be money for up to 800 yards. Not that I would shoot that far, but
what a great deal. A little organizing for a bipod.
Carter lost that deal because I love organizing.
Yeah.
I was excited.
I would have done it for free.
He walked out of there with a $200 tripod and a nice Magpul or Caldwell bipod. I was like, take it, get it out of here.
We have a spotting scope on the tripod now. We're watching our ducks in the backyard with it. It's a ton of fun.
Oh my goodness.
All right. And Cole and I are bringing new rifles this year, new to us. New calibers.
Yeah. All brand new. I mean, brand new rifles, brand new scopes, brand new caliber too. So I just got the Weatherby, what is it, the Obsidian? I can't remember exactly. But the new Weatherby, shooting in a 7 PRC. And I'm shooting the Precision Hunter 175 grain, and that thing sounds like a fucking tank when you're shooting it. It's pretty hefty. But after shooting with Luke and Kenton Industries, I feel confident in that. And then running the actually, I didn't even have to organize Carter's closet for this. Carter was generous enough to loan me a Vortex Viper. So, yeah, I know, right?
Man, that's a lot of gift cards you had to use for that one.
It's a lot of download deals. We're working here. Don't worry. But no, I'm stoked for this new rifle. John, just like you, I was shooting an American Ruger 308, and it was great. Like nothing wrong with it, but I finally wanted to get into some longer distance with a caliber and a round that can really reach out and poke something. So after going to the range with you boys, like, I mean, yeah, we were ring and steel at 500. Would I take a 500-yard shot? Probably not. But it's still reassuring to know that, like, hey, I've done some long distance shooting, and I feel comfortable with it. And finally bought a decent bipod. So I bought the Magpul bipod on there and felt comfortable with it. And I'm stoked to get that thing out there.
I can't emphasize enough how awesome those guys were. Like, they had us shooting 500 yards in 5 minutes,
which I've never done before.
Yeah, I think the longest shot I've ever taken on someone, I shot a deer at your old house at like 107.
Yeah.
You know, that's the longest I've looked at something in.
Feels like a mile away when you haven't shot that far.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, try 500. And it, bing. Try it again. Bing. Hey, right next to each other. It's like, dude, what? You guys are wizards.
And Luke was just kind of sitting there watching us. Like, he's not looking through his scope. He's not looking through his spotting scope or anything. And he's just like, yeah, you hit it. And I was just like, how do you even see that? And he's just like, you see that little dark mark? And I'm like looking through my scope. I'm like, yeah, I do now. But how do you see it just with your naked eye?
Yeah, their custom turrets are going to be a game changer for Western hunting, especially like antelope. Because antelope, like they're so squirrely and hard to get close to. Like mule deer are pretty forgiving. Mule deer just soak up a lot of bullet. Like they're just tough, but antelope die pretty easy. But Bobby and I could have both killed studs on day one if we both would have been confident shooting at 350, 400.
Yeah.
Within 20 minutes of the hunt, we could have killed 2 giants, but I just didn't have that confidence, right? So that'll be a huge advantage for this trip. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be good.
And Carter, what are you bringing this year?
I'm bringing my 300 Win Mag. It's a Tikka Rough Tech. It's sweet. It's way sweet. Tikka was like my first grown-up rifle that I bought when I got a real job, and the action on it is just so smooth, and they're just so nice. And I've shot a Tikka 30-06 for a long time, and wanted something with a little more oomph, flatter shooting than that 30-06, because that 30-06 just drops, kind of like a 308 does after a while. And we'll be bringing that one out there for the first time, which I'm stoked about.
And what's the new toy you got on the end of it?
Oh yeah, we'll be bringing the suppressor, because a 300 Win Mag is loud as fuck. So bought a suppressor for it a long time ago, almost a year ago. It took like 9 months to get it. So this will be the first animal that we take this one out on. We'll see. It'll be good.
I was asking you guys this at the range. How many bullets should I bring?
That's a good question and applies very well. I'm going to bring 2 boxes, which is too much, but I'm going to bring 2 boxes. Luke Cox, owner of Hunt Lift Eat, not to be confused with Luke Kenton from Kenton Industries, will make us confirm 0 in camp before we go hunting, before anybody's allowed to go hunting, which is a good rule of thumb for anybody, especially after flying and especially shooting at elevation. If you're coming from an elevation change, which we will be, about a 7,000 foot elevation difference, you should absolutely confirm 0. So I bring 2 boxes in case, like you say, like, dude, sometimes just things like don't go your way at the range,
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're like, I know this is just me. I know it's not the gun, but like, it's still part of the error that you need to factor in. So I'll bring 2 boxes.
Yeah. I'm glad, because I was just going to bring 1, and then Cole was talking about how many he was bringing to the range. This is to the range. And so I got a second one, and I'm really glad I did because of all the troubles I was having. But like you were saying, like I just wasn't shooting well, and the time went off and cold range, and I just took a minute to regroup myself, and then was shooting tiny little groups after that. So yeah, I think two sounds like a plan, and kind of like what the 3 of us were talking about recently. We're talking about ammo and boots and stuff like that. Like there are just some things that it's just stupid to skimp on. Like I've been applying for this tag for 2 or 3 years now, I think. Some people longer than that, depending on what kind of hunt you're doing. And like, yeah, I'm gonna buy $80 of ammo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And if I don't use it there, I'll use it back here later in the season.
Yeah.
I will tell you, like, I can't remember if this was the elk hunt or the antelope hunt, but we were confirming 0, and I was just all over the place. It was not good. Got in my head. But the one thing I'm really glad I did was I brought 3 boxes of ammo, and I would rather spend more time in camp and confirming 0 and just like having enough ammo than not having enough. Because if I got down to, let's say I brought 2 boxes and God forbid I went through 36 shots and I'm still squirrely, like I've got 4 bullets left, that would just super suck.
4 bullets and no confidence is a great title for like a country western album.
Dude, yeah. Maybe that's the title of this episode.
4 bullets and no confidence.
And all the confidence. No, we're shooting great. But
I'm bringing 30 bullets.
You're talking about not skimping. That's like socks and ammo. Like we've been applying for this tag, or John, you've been applying it for 2 to 3 years, and just God forbid something happens. Like whether it's you or whether your rifle got bumped, because shout out to the airline handlers. They love to throw our shit. And just something happens like that would suck.
Yeah, I want to be the weak link in anything that happens out there. I don't want it to be my equipment, you know.
Yeah.
And this is coming from the guy that has an Aldi sleeping pad. So
You know what I forgot is it was my first time traveling with a firearm going out there, and I was nervous getting my firearm out there, and it was so easy for me. And especially for someone that lives in New Jersey, firearms are really not liked here. So it was so easy. And then when I'm flying back, I don't know if you remember, Denver Airport TSA confiscated my shooting stick because of the little point on the bottom of it. I was like, I got a gun, a knife, all this shit with me, and they take my shooting stick. I was like, that's what they take from me.
Dude, TSA does not have a set of standards. It's so biased.
when you go read it at the bottom, there is an asterisk that says like it's up to the discretion of the individual TSA officer. And it's like, well, what's the point of having the rule?
Yeah. You know that TSA officer went home with it.
Yeah, I said to him straight up, I said, you just want it, don't you? I was
Yeah.
like, it's a cool camo pattern. Like, is that what it is?
Yeah.
You guys tell me it's the point on the bottom. I'm like, dude,
Shout out government employees.
Yeah, those guys.
doge them up. Doge them up.
Every one of them. Twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 2 boxes. I think that'll be good. Hopefully. We'll see. Well, then all your basics, right? Rangefinder.
Mhm.
I'm just bringing binos. I'm not going to bring a spotting scope.
Mhm.
I am going to bring a tripod to glass off of. I'm going to be running my Team Easties. Shout out to our fellow team member, Jason Marks. I bought his brand new tripod, which is awesome. So I'm going to be using that to glass off of with I have a tricer attachment for my binos, and then I will also bring a shooting rest that can be swapped in and out with it. So I can either shoot from that tripod or glass from it. Super lightweight, super great. The one John has, it's the Japanese company Surui or something like that. That was freaking awesome. Yeah, that was the one I had in on the Colorado hunt. Cole, it weighs nothing. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
For glassing, getting it off of this gets old pretty quick, even with your elbows on your knees. So,
dude, super old.
Surui, yeah, Sirui.
Surui, yeah.
Also, when you're cold and miserable, and you got the shakes a little bit, you're just like, this is like just holding your binos up. Seems like a big project.
The other thing, just thinking about weapons and ammo, I'll bring some of those barrel covers, like little barrel condoms.
Yeah.
I'll always bring those, or we've used electrical tape in a pinch that you can shoot through if you need to, or pull off if you have the wherewithal to do that. But if it's raining or snowing, I don't like that shit getting down in my barrel. And then I'll bring a 30 caliber bore snake, which will work for at least John. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just in case. That reminds me, I need to buy just like a gun wipe. Carter, I know you always have them, just like something really easy you can wipe down your rifle with. I need to get one of those and get a snake. And that's just, again, one of those things that's super lightweight, takes up very little room, and it's easy to stuff on your carry-on or your checked bag.
They're like 50 cents at Walmart to buy them, like little single ones in the little pouch,
Yeah.
Like, it's easy.
And you can return it because it's Walmart.
Or keep them and clean your gun later with them too.
Fuck Walmart. Been saying this for years.
Yeah. Anything else? Weapons and ammo? Cool. What about hunting and field gear? Walk us through a kill kit, Cole.
Yeah. So kill kit.
What's the number one thing in your kill kit?
My tag.
Tag. Yeah.
And it's signed.
As long as you have a tag and like a pair of boots, you're good to go. And a rifle, I guess.
Yeah. No, right. You just strangle it, man.
No, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed lately, so I know how to sneak up on these animals and just like get them real fast. That's right. So my kill kit, I run it in a dry bag. And so I've got a pen in there, a sign tag, and I'm still running a outdoor edge. I've got the 3.5-inch outdoor edge, and I bring an obscene amount of extra blades because I love to hit the bone and really dull up my blade. So I probably bring at least 10 extra blades with me, and it's not only for me, but like if someone else, gets an animal, I can step in and help out and not have to worry about not having enough blades. I also run some 550 cord in there, just in case we need to sprawl out some legs, or if it makes it easier just to carry something or just tie something up to my pack for a little extra security. And I do have a pair of gloves in there. I haven't used them. They're probably about 3 or 4 years old now. But
like latex gloves.
Yeah, latex gloves. Yeah. I've got a pair or two in there just in case. And you know me, I get pretty squeamish pretty easily, especially with antelope. They don't smell great, but it's never gotten to the point where I need gloves, but I have them just in case.
Yeah.
I think that's and a headlamp. I keep 2 headlamps in my kill kit as backups, and a set of fresh batteries too. But I think that's all I really have in there.
What are you thinking, Bob?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So tell me, I wrote down while Cole was talking my whitetail kill kit. Tell me what's extraneous if I'm going out west. I have 2 knives in there. Right, I've got. I don't use the outdoor edge like Cole does. I have like a skinning knife and a caping knife. I have the 2 Kershaw Deschutes knives. I love those things. Those are great. I have the little Work Sharp field sharpener. It's about this big.
Yeah,
that thing's awesome. The tag, which you don't need in Georgia, but obviously you'd have for Wyoming. I keep a red Sharpie. I keep surveyor's tape for blood trailing.
Yep.
Pair of gloves. I keep a contractor bag in there, and that's usually what I put all the organs in. Because I save the heart. Sometimes I save the liver to make dog treats, stuff like that. Zip ties. And I have that little pelvis saw. I don't know what you call it.
Yep.
Yeah, just like a serrated saw.
Yeah, the little like handheld.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that thing's great. And then I don't keep it in a dry bag unless it's raining, but I like that idea. Is there anything in there like not needed out west?
No, you bring up a couple good things. Zip tie, because you have to put the tag on the animal. So I definitely need to pack a couple zip ties and the surveyor's tape. That's actually a really good idea because we've been in this situation. Yeah, look at that. He's still has the zip tie on there. And Bobby, you probably have it on your antelope.
Can't touch it until it's on the animal.
Yep.
But the surveyor's tape is also good because Carter and I were in Wyoming. He took a shot on an animal and we were blood trailing.
Twinsies.
Oh, there he is. But we ended up like kind of losing the path a little bit and having to do a lot of backtracking. So the surveyor's tape, it's so small that I would keep it in there. Takes up no room at all. So I think you're actually more prepared than I would say myself, at least. I need to add a couple things in my kill kit.
But it's that fine line, right? Like you don't want to have 300 overpack your kill kit too,
Right. But again, if it's so small and so light, like I get it, like, a million light things adds up. But for things like a zip tie or 2, like it weighs nothing, takes up literally zero space. And God forbid, like the first zip tie you cut too short and it falls off and your tag is now just all loosey goosey. Like, okay, you've got a second zip tie.
Or if you shoot a monster and you need to put 2 together,
I'm telling you. But no, keep everything you have. I think that's great. Especially your serrated blade, because there are definitely situations where sometimes just regular knife won't do it. So serrated blade, like your handsaw, or if you're running a stand-up blade, one of the thicker hunks of steel, which Bobby, I know you're running your stand-up blade. I'm still running mine. That's something I need to put back in my kill kit. I took it out to sharpen it, and as I'm looking for it, I can't find it. But I'm also
the backcountry Loki. That's where it's at.
Yeah, that's the one with the 550 cord for a handle.
Lightweight. I think it's the sharpest knife he makes, and it weighs nothing. They're awesome.
Derek's getting pretty good.
He is. That guy's the best.
Love that guy. But all this to say, John, you're great. You're perfect. You're beautiful. You're a strong boy. Stay as you are.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to do a couple more squats so I don't have to cut my toothbrush in half, kind of a thing. I'll take 2 zip ties and a full toothbrush.
What do you think of Bobby for hunting and field gear now that your shooting stick's been stolen?
So there's one thing that I forgot last time, and I put a million asterisks next to it that I will never forget, and it was something so stupid. Sunglasses, man.
Oh.
I forgot my sunglasses, and the glare was so bad at times. I was going nuts. Or bring some eye black to put underneath your eyes, because sometimes you get that glare and it's really gonna fuck with you.
And that covers you for sunny weather and if we have snow come in too.
Yep, exactly. That was one thing that like really stood out to me was that. And then I put wet wipes too for when you're out actually in the field itself. You need some wet wipes to get your hands clean.
That could be like, if you don't like the gloves, that could be a good thing to put in a kill kit too.
Yeah.
Just to wipe your hands off afterward. Yeah. I like that.
I always bring a tarp. Yeah. I'll always bring a tarp to throw in my back too. I like, if I can break an animal down in camp, I like having a clean surface. So we'll have a tarp as well. And then we'll stop at like a Walmart or whatever on the way in and buy a bunch of like gallon zip freezer bags. Hopefully we'll have time. We'll just kill one giant mule deer every day, starting on the first day. And then we can spend the rest of the day breaking that animal down for each other. And then we'll kill another one the next day.
And that's only if Bobby brings Krispy Kremes, and we all have to eat one in the morning.
The tradition of Krispy Kremes has just lived on for so long now. It's getting insane. I love it.
Bobby, I'm convinced, because first day we went out antelope hunting, I don't think I had one. And I missed so much that Luke put out a lead warning in Newcastle, Wyoming, saying there's so much fucking lead in the ground that you can't drink from the streams there. But next day, there was still a Krispy Kreme left.
I think that's a weight ratio thing that, like, I'm not extreme, as Michael Scott once said, I'm not very superstitious, but I'm a little stitious, right? Like, every single hunt I go on, I take my grandfather's knife.
Yeah.
Like, if Krispy Kremes is your thing, make the room for Krispy Kremes. I'm gonna make the weight for a tiny little Kershaw knife from 1960, right? Like, I think that kind of a thing, like, if you can just get a little extra mojo, like, we're talking about 4 bullets and no confidence, that might take you from no confidence to, like, I got 4 bullets and medium confidence now. Yeah. I have my Krispy Kreme. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the Krispy Kreme thing always comes up as like, you know what? If you didn't tag out, you at least had a donut. You had a Krispy Kreme. You know what? It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'll be good. Is anybody bringing like shooting sticks, or are you just relying on your bipod? Or
I'm going straight bipod.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm buying a new one.
Or I'll buy Bobby shooting sticks off of that government website where they just sell shit that they confiscate from TSA. Yeah. I bet Bobby's shooting sticks are still on there.
Cole's gonna buy a $50 box of shooting sticks. It's weighed in pounds, not in amount of sticks.
I might bring that Primos tripod, Cole, because we're gonna split up into 2s.
Yeah.
And Bobby was with me when I shot my antelope with that tripod, which that was a first for me. But there was a bipod wouldn't have gotten it done because of how thick the sage was. It just would not have been an option. And a freestanding shot at 300 yards is, irresponsible.
Yeah. You're not Mel Gibson in The Patriot.
Yeah. So maybe so we have at least 2 tripods per group, or a tripod per group.
And now begs the question of weight. We always have to keep weight in mind, especially when we're flying. Got to keep it at that 50 pounds. So would you consider that bipod tripod or that tripod as a luxury item, or do you think we need to make the weight for it?
I would take, because of my familiarity with Wyoming terrain and how tall the brush is, just knowing how familiar I am with that, unless you're up on a elevated position, the tripod's going to be the better choice over a bipod. And like a, extendable tripod, like off of a, that's going to be the better choice because of the sagebrush, right?
I agree. I completely agree. I would have said we're going to make room for it. Like it's a no-brainer. We've been out there enough times where we're just like, that sagebrush, it's fucking annoying. And the minute you get down in it, is just your bipod only goes up to like what, 8 to 12 inches maybe. You're not shooting over that fucking sagebrush unless you're Roger.
Or use truck.
Use the hood of the truck. It works.
Great tripod. All right. Safety and first aid. We're at an hour and 6 minutes. Maybe we'll skip over that. But tourniquet and gun clot for sure.
I just have a first aid kit that's got everything from A to Z. And it includes a small Bic lighter in case I need to light up the sagebrush because I'm lost.
All of my lighters I take on hiking trips or camping trips are wrapped in duct tape. That's a good move.
Just in case. Yep.
Yeah. Then you have duct tape too.
Yep. And it's a great fire starter.
Yep.
And we'll bring tourniquets so Derek doesn't yell at us. All right. Camp essentials. Luke's going to bring us camp chairs so we don't have to sit on the ground. That'll be cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Let's see. Hygiene kit. That's kind of on here. For me, anytime I hunt in Wyoming, I bring a lot of chapstick. I bring like a silly amount of chapstick.
I probably pack at least 2 to 3 chapsticks.
I'm soft like that.
I'm a Burt's Bees little slut, and I use it every day. And now I've gotten so used to it. Now that my lips are so soft, just getting ready for the day, I commit a white collar crime and I have to go to jail. But yeah, chapstick and what was the other campus? We were talking about wet wipes earlier. It's a game changer instead of just your kind of 2-ply when you're out there. Big game changer, unless you're hunting in Montana and your wet wipes freeze and you can't use them.
I wear glasses and contacts. So for me, like quintuple checking that I have contact solution is super important because I can't sleep in mine.
Yeah.
It just like they'll fall out and then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Another thing too for any contact wears is throw your case in the bottom of your sleeping bag. Otherwise your solution will freeze.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I wear contacts and I've never brought solution with me. I just bring extra pairs. Like if something goes awry, I'm just like, fuck it, throw it out. I'll put in a new pair.
Extra pair is a good idea too, just because you never know.
I bring 2 extra pairs because there was one time I got nervous because
I remember looking for one of your contacts, right, in a tent, right?
Dude, probably because I woke up and scratched my eye and I was like, oh fuck, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you give it the old spit and then stick it back in your eye. It's not.
Dude, I had a teacher in high school that would fall out. Like I've probably teaching, I've had mine fall out maybe 10 times in 8 years. And this guy's would fall out all the time. And he would take them, pop them in his mouth, swish them around, stick it right back in his eye, not skip a beat. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with
Jesus Christ?
Shout out Northview High School.
Dude, he's probably blind.
Might be, dude. I don't know.
All right, what else do we got?
Backpack.
Yeah, let's talk about packs. What pack are you wearing, Bobby? You're wearing your
You got my Mystery Ranch. I think it's a Pisner or whatever one that one is.
Yeah.
It's pretty
that
big.
one was. Yeah, I want that one. That one's sweet.
To be honest with you, it's for shout out to us short kings out there. They make a short version of it, so it's not like smacking you in the ass. So, It's really nice for us short guys, and it's balanced very well on your back. So that is a fantastic pack if you're short.
Great pack. And with how big this piece of land we're hunting is, we will probably be packing out like the real deal, which is another piece of gear that I should have mentioned earlier is game bags. I'll have game bags in my pack, which I've only done once in Montana, but had to pack out with Tyler Jensen and it sucked. Like it was such a bummer. But having a pack that can expand to fit a quarter, either a leg or whatever, that's clutch.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys have any preference on, because I don't own like a legit hunting backpack. I have a couple of nice hiking bags, and that would have been my choice. Do you have a preference if you're buying a hunting bag on getting an internal frame or an external frame, or have you found that doesn't really factor into your decision at all?
I think if you ask the people who are serious, at least in the Hunt Lifty ecosystem, they would recommend Kafaru. That would be like the number one probably recommended pack. And they have both internal and external, but mostly external. And then their packs can fit the frame differently.
Yep.
Now they do come at it's a premium pack for a premium price range. And I have 3 different brands of packs here that I've bought as I've
Progressed
through my career. Yeah. With having a little more spending gold bullions.
Bass Pro gift cards.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. My Mystery Ranch is an internal pack and it's fine. We're not elk hunting, so I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
They have external too.
Yeah, they do.
You can get, so mine has the one that I have has a separate frame, and that's why it's a shorter frame with the bag. And I didn't get another bag for it because I actually just fell in love with mine. I was like, this is perfect.
I have the one that's a one size smaller than yours. I believe it's called the Beartooth.
Yes.
And it's an internal pack, but it has an extendable, like internal frame here where it's great for holding a leg.
That's pretty smart. I hope that guy got a promotion. Yeah.
Cole has a Cole has a brand I've never seen until he got at Speaka. That's been great.
Yeah.
But you've never had to pack like quarters in it before, have you?
No, not super far at least. I mean, for that mule deer in Montana, we were like, what, a quarter mile? It's nothing great. It was comfortable, I'll tell you that. And it has a built-in meat shelf, which is something else you could be looking at, John. If
What's
you're
a meat shelf?
It's like in between the pack and the frame, and it's like you're able to kind of loosen the pack a little bit. It expands, and it's got like almost like a bottom carrier where you can like stick quarters on the bottom, and then you tighten your pack, which the quarter is sitting in between your frame and the pack, and you tighten it all together.
Okay.
And it's a meat shelf, but yeah, it's Spica or Speaka, Spika. And I was just on Amazon one day and they were running some stupid deal. And I was like, either this is really going to pan out or I just lost like 60, $70. And it's
$60?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
shout out to China. Like,
dude, yeah. And it's some either Australian or New Zealand company.
My bad, Australia.
Because it's got a red stag on it, which is fucking sweet.
That is
red
sweet.
stags are the tits. But it's a 40 liter and it has been great. It's been great. It's some brand I never heard of, and I took a chance on it, and here I am like 5 years later, still running the same pack.
Nice. Yeah, my hiking bag that I would have brought is a Gregory. I think it's a 55 or 60 liter, like hiking bag. Kind of a cool story. My aunt, who's definitely not an assassin for the CIA, gave it to me, and she used it to hike El Camino.
Nice.
Which is super cool. So like it's been through some stuff, and so it's like it's a dependable thing for carrying things. But it doesn't have the meat shelf and it's not modular and doesn't, all that stuff. So that's something to consider for people maybe kind of in the same place where it's like, maybe I'm going out west. Do I need a new pack? I don't know. It's your prerogative.
Yeah, bring it, man. I mean, I've brought one without a meat shelf before and just put the quarters down in the pack. And
that's what the contractor bags in my kill kit are for, right? Like you put the gooey stuff in there and then it doesn't get on everything else. Unscented.
There you go.
Also from Aldi.
I mean, big pro tip: go unscented. You don't want your meat fucking smelling like lavender, like shit. While we're speaking about packs, do y'all have a type of rifle carrier or system built into your pack, or do you buy like an external that you just attach with it? What are you guys running to carry your rifle?
That's a good question. This year, I've run a couple in the past, couple different ones. I've run a Kafaru one. This year, I'll be running from our good friend Armando Martinez in New Mexico, owner of the Bow Hitch Savage Solutions. He makes a rifle sling, and that's what I'm going to be running this year. And I'm stoked to support him. He's the freaking best. He's like the coolest dude in the world. I would do anything to support that guy. So I'm going to give his rifle sling a go this season. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I have one of those as well. So we'll both be running the same deal.
I might have to hop on the bandwagon here and get one from Armando, because I'm still running that, what is it, a quick sling that Tim put me on, which works great. Don't get me wrong. Like I've had no issues with it, but I struggled with it. And I think looking back on it, I think it's just because like I was a fat piece of shit and couldn't get my fucking arm around and try to grab it because I had too much heft on me. So I'm debating on whether I want to switch from the quick sling. But if I do, I feel like I need to run Armando's.
Does yours have a built-in rifle carrier, Bobby?
So it has the built-in rifle carrier, and then it has the buttstock holder on the side, so you can actually have it rested on there. Yeah, which is that's a little $10 great little piece
for sure.
I have a very small hunting pack that my wife gave me for Southeast stuff that does have a bow and a rifle carrier on it, and that is nice. I don't like the tall people problems here. I have a short, I'm fucking tall, and my rifle is a short barrel. My gun, and the barrel's here.
It feels unsafe.
I don't use it.
Dude, I'm telling you, those rifle carriers. I remember we were out west and I didn't have one, and I'm just holding it with my hand, and we were in just a butt fuck of snow, and I was falling left and right, but I only had one hand to catch myself, and my rifle's just going all sorts of places. Just I don't know what it's hitting exactly, if I'm bumping my scope at all, and it's just a huge fucking problem. So if there's one piece of gear I would invest in 1,000 times over, it's just a rifle sling of some sort, to attach it to your pack, because now you've got the freedom of both hands, and that's just huge. Things I would never think of unless I experienced it, and it's just the use of both hands.
And it's those things we're talking about that aren't expensive. Like if you're trying to ball on a budget with your Aldi sleeping pad, I can go buy 50-cent gun wipes and a rifle sling. Like they're not that pricey, and it's worth it.
Yeah, I think Armando's sling is like $30. And it's like being able to have both of your hands while you're hiking is sweet for balance. And also, hey, if I need a glass over there, I can just off my chest rig real quick, and then I can decide if I want to get serious and like drop my pack and like get my rifle.
Yes.
Or if I want to bring trekking poles, which would be like a luxury item for me. If I have room, I'll bring them. If I want to bring those, shout out to Team Easties, then I can have those, and I have the freedom to use those depending on how rough your terrain is or how bad your pack out is.
Nice.
I concur, Senator.
You know what I'm saying? All right. I feel like this is pretty thorough.
Yeah, I don't think people realize, if they haven't picked up on it, this is our first time meeting to talk about our trip. So
Right.
Unrehearsed. No script.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin did not write this podcast, like.
You know what we should do is a listener should tell us what we need to pack, and one of us has to just full gear with whatever a listener's put out. Now,
Oh God,
stupid, like 25 dildos, then we're stupid.
Ryan McKenna is definitely going to tell me to pack like 1,000 glizzies, and that's fucking it.
That's so you can do your hot dog challenge.
I don't need 1,000. I'm not training. I'm just going to raw dog that shit.
That could be a sleeping pad. Think about all the possibilities of what you can do with all those.
I'm just going to throw them at Luke every 5 minutes.
Anger and frustration. That would be great.
Ooh, he's an angry elf.
One last thing that it's not really something I'm packing, but I know like we've kind of been talking about this via text, is like I will be training for this. Like I will be exercising explicitly to go on this hunt. Like if I've done big long hikes before, doing 14ers in Colorado and the like generally my carry weight is like 195. I'll probably try and drop 10 pounds off of that before October, just to make it easier on my joints. I'll be breaking my boots in. I just bought new boots. I'm not going to go with those totally raw. So like just getting my body ready, I think is an important thing that you can bring that doesn't take any money, just takes a little bit of effort. And then, make sure I walk around in my boots as much as possible before then.
Yeah, like you said earlier, you do not want to be the weak link on a group hunt. Yeah, you just don't want to slow people down, and you just want to be. It's like an easy thing to like just handle and be ready for. Just another.
Yeah,
and I can speak from experience from being the weak link. If you like it, you just feel like a piece of shit the whole time because people are wanting to just fucking go, and you're the one who's like huffing and puffing and can't keep up. Not a good feeling. So definitely take the fitness seriously. Especially if you're, more so if you're going solo, but also if you're in a group. And like we've got a group of 6 to 8 people who are just built for this shit. And they put in the hard work. Like you should also reciprocate the hard work and put in the same amount as them and take it as seriously.
Well, and
it's fun to do, man. I like it. It's fun to have a goal. Like sometimes you, in your fitness, you become listless. You're kind of just going through the motions, right? And it's fun to have a goal, something to work towards.
Yeah, for sure.
And the animal deserves it, right? Like the mule deer deserves it for sure. Whether we're talking ethical shots or like whatever, right? But part of that is your fitness too.
Yep.
Which, all boils down to.
Sure does.
And we sell training programs.
I forgot about that. Sorry, Luke.
Cole, when is the hot yoga training program drop from Yogi Reed?
Hey, dude, right. Use ChatGPT. It could drop tonight.
I could write you up a program right now, and it's called just do burpees in 100-degree room for 50 minutes.
That's called my garage, and that's where my gym is. I'm in.
Dude, you're in. You're a hot yoga person now.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a good consideration for anybody who's training for their first Western hunt. Don't go all in on one thing. You need strength. You need metabolic conditioning. You need cardio. Don't shaft yourself. You need to get under a bar, and you need to be able to lift heavy. You need to be able to move under load. You need to be able to have the cardiovascular health, like Cole's talking about, and be able to have the engine to move under load and under stress. But you need to be well-rounded. Don't just do a gazillion whatever
curls
or just burpees and running, or like just rucking. Like you have to be well-rounded. So
yeah.
And one thing I really am going to focus on, like, it's the most boring thing in the world, but like I tore my knee up playing soccer as a kid a lot, and even like into my adult life. Just like when I had my bachelor party a couple years ago, I tore my meniscus playing drunk soccer at midnight, like just stupid shit like that, like. But just I know that if I'm walking 15 miles, it's going to start hurting. So just doing a little bit of rehab, a little bit of prep work, it could take 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. And it's boring, but it's like, it's something that I'm committed to doing now.
Yeah, it's like your shoulder, Bobby.
Bicep, but it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Well, if you guys did more hot yoga, you wouldn't have any problems. Just saying.
I just got enough scars to hide it over there.
Cool. Any other topics to round us out before we close this one out?
I've got one closing thought, and
Okay.
it just kind of hit me probably like 15 minutes ago, and I was saving it. But one thing that I invested in, and I'm super proud of it, and I love it, and it's one of the best pieces of equipment I've purchased recently. And that is just a little pad to sit on when you're glassing. One, it helps your ass, keeps things more comfortable, and it gives you a degree of separation from the ground, which is going to suck all the heat and life out of you. And it just makes life more comfortable. So it's a thin little pad. Picked it up on Amazon for $15, and it just goes in my pack. And it's one of the best things I've purchased. Just like one of those little nice things.
Yep.
You're just like, oh, never knew I needed this until I had it.
Well, if this is our closing thought segment, my one random piece of equipment that I love that I will be bringing, I call it my FUPA, and it's a first light muff, right, that you put around your waist, and it's got Sherpa lining on the inside. And I throw like some hot hands or something. You can't take hot hands on a plane, but if you stop at Walmart or whatever, you throw a hot hand in there and just stick your hands in there. Oh, it's a life changer. It's an absolute, and it has a little zip pocket on the front. You can stick your phone in there. Sometimes I put my like earplugs if I'm going to be shooting when it's dark. I'll stick them in there, and it's a game changer. I love my FUPA.
I saw those on the T&K website, T&K Hunting, and I thought about buying one.
You pull the trigger. It's so worth it, especially like when we come back and we start doing whitetail hunting. It's insane how much worth it is.
Yeah, Arctic Shield makes one too that are pretty sweet. What do you think, Bobby?
So I'm gonna say the one thing that you got to have with you, because everything's running off electronics, you got to have some kind of solar power bank.
Yeah,
they make the little ones that off of Amazon that have a little solar field on them, so where they're always charging while you're walking and hunting. But keeping your electronics on is pretty key because you don't know how long you're going to be away from camp.
Yep, especially if you're running Onyx all day.
Yeah,
that'll drain you for sure. Download your maps beforehand for sure.
Or if you're bored and you're watching TikToks for 3 hours because something's happening, that shit eats battery. You got to know.
For sure. I guess my last closing thought would be everybody listening to this and considering going on a Western hunt needs to check out Infinite Outdoors if you want access to some incredible private lands without the hustle and bustle of the public. That's who we're going to be using this year for this hunt once again, right? Nothing but good experiences with them. So check out Sam Seaton and the boys over at Infinite Outdoors. Great tool to have in your back pocket there. And
we've had 100% success.
Yeah.
That's a pretty glowing endorsement, dude. I don't know.
On a 7-day hunt.
I mean, only took 24 hours.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that sounds good. Anything else to add?
No, get out there and have fun.
Bring a water bottle. I don't know. We didn't talk about it. Yeah, bring a water bottle. It's probably important.
Nah, don't worry about that.
Right.
And then you can return it to Walmart because fuck them.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now, when we tag out, me and you, Cole, are going into Walmart with our with the mule deers and just walking in and just returning everything while we're holding them. Gas fish and everything. We need to do that for Walmart.
Dude, I'll take a picture with my deer in front of Walmart.
Yeah,
I would fucking love that.
That's what we're staging out.
You guys should try and get a Walmart sponsorship for HLE.
Fuck Walmart.
I mean, they got enough money.
I'm getting Aldi to sponsor me. I'm getting.
We've tried Rain-X for years. That didn't go good.
Couple for Crocs.
Yeah.
All right. This has been good. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to this. This has been a couple years in the making. And this is going to be awesome. And shout out to our support system who's going to show up to help us make this happen, like Gabe and Luke and Dan and whoever else can make it on the HLE team. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to it. Listeners, as always, appreciate the hell out of you guys. We'll talk to you.